Hi, I'm Dave Edwards. Today we're going to talk about being the kind of leader that you admire. My video series focuses on leadership, productivity, Evernote, wide variety of topics. If you like these kinds of videos, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. So I ask you just for a moment to think of famous leaders throughout our history. So Winston Churchill is viewed as one of the greatest leaders in modern history. He faced down the Nazis during World War II as Britain's prime minister. He also was a prolific writer and orator. Churchill was so revered that he was elected as prime minister for a second time in 1951. Mother Teresa dedicated her efforts to taking care of the poorest of the poor. She was able to broker a temporary ceasefire between the Israeli army and the Palestinian guerrillas, and she rescued 37 children trapped in a frontline hospital. She moved into the slums when the 1943 Bengali famine occurred, which killed over 2 million people. She said she felt it a calling. World leaders travel to see her and to be in her presence. The list of true leaders goes on and on. No one on my list went to business school, got an MBA, or did they probably even know the full impact that they were having on the world and the people around them. Similarly, companies are successful because of the visionary leadership of one or two individuals. A young Walt Disney drew cartoons for the Kansas City Film Company and later founded Disney Brothers Cartoon Studio with his brother Roy. They could have never imagined how their empire could have grown. But Walt knew what made cartoons magical, and people begged for the opportunity to work for Disney. There will always be individuals who are natural leaders who don't need a degree, and there'll always be companies that are successful because of one person's drive. We're fortunate to have these people and entities around us, but the circumstances around their success are usually rare. Most of us are not that lucky and will need to develop a strategy to attain these kinds of leadership qualities. Who have you worked with that you admired for their leadership characteristics? Take a moment and just make a list of the skills that they possessed. How did they work with people? What did they do in times of crisis? What was it about that person that stands out in your mind? There's a somewhat tired trope that says we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. You have an advantage. If you've worked with 5 inspirational leaders, well, consider not only what they did, but how you can adapt them and their skills to your style. Some of those skills are what we call hard skills. They are the abilities that can be taught. They can be measured to determine how well they do their job. Soft skills, on the other hand, include the way they get along with other people or their ability to motivate and encourage others. Pay attention to both and learn from them. Today's segment actually is an excerpt from my book called Be a Leader, Not Just a Manager. The book is full of practical advice for current managers and for those who seek leadership positions in the future. Check it out. Be a leader, not just a manager, at my website, daveedwardsmedia.com. Click on books.